Okay, all of the problems that we've done up to this point have had a single solution. We came down to x equals some number. Well, because of that, they're called conditional statements or conditional equations because they only work, on that given condition. But let's see a couple of other odd situations that can happen when you're solving equations. So here we have our first one of these types, and we can see that there is distribution that needs to be done first. We always do the distribution first. So we're going to distribute the 3, and then we're also going to distribute the 6. So that means that we have 3 times 2x, which would be 6x, and 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, equals, distributing this 6 times x is 6x, and 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. You see that we have the exact same thing on both sides of the equal sign? Well, we could stop here if we recognize that, but if not, we can keep going. We can move because our next step is always to simplify on each side, but there's nothing to do. So now we're going to move this 6x over with the other one by doing the opposite, which is subtracting 6x from both sides. Now look what happens when we do that. Our x's are gone and we have negative 12 equals negative 12. Now that is a true statement. And notice that there are no x's in that true statement anywhere. It doesn't matter what x is. This will always be a true statement. So because of that, this is actually x will equal all real numbers. We could put in any x value that we want to in this equation, and it will end up being a true statement. Alright, let's look at another odd type of thing that can happen. And if you'll notice again here we have distribution, so we're going to distribute out each one of these. We're going to do that first. So 6 times 4x would be 24x, and 6 times negative 1 would be negative 6, equals. Now here again, distributing our 12. 12 times 2x would be 24x, and then 12 times a positive 3 would be a positive 36. Now, again, thinking about your steps, the next step is to simplify each side of the equal sign, but here we don't have anything to simplify. So we're going to start moving things. We're going to remove this 24 and put it over on the other side by doing the opposite. So the opposite of a positive 24x is a negative 24x. Now look what happens. Our 24x cancels out actually on both sides. So we're left with negative 6 equals a positive 36. I didn't have to write that positive sign there, but kind of got carried away. Now this is a false statement. It will never ever be true. And because there are no x's in there anywhere, again, it doesn't matter what x is. This will never be a true statement. So the answer to this problem is actually no solution. There is no x value that will ever make this true.